goes wild for GAM here. Of course, they have had the support of Vancouver
What
at the end of the arena, and the players, they're just chilling. They're just meditating on stage. Something I really want to ask you guys ahead of this last game: who has the momentum? Who is gonna take it? You gotta think about GAM.
Sure. Momentum-wise, they absolutely have the momentum.
With the Binny burst.
G2, they have so much experience, especially when you're looking at guys like Caps, like Hans, like Broken Blade, who have been here so many times before. The momentum's on the side of GAM, but one good play from G2 could really get the ball rolling.
Yes, and when stress is piling on that, you need the veterans of BB, Caps, and hell, Dylan Falco to be able to get them calm and focused, because it was looking so good. Remind them what was working in the first 2 games of the series. It felt clean, and I think as long as you can I feel like empowering Hans for me is the way to go. That laning phase was rough. I kind of expected it to be when you look at the Kai'Sa versus Caitlyn.
You already know who I think they should be empowering.
Yeah, Caps, Caps, Caps.
It all comes down to this one last game to prove it all, one last game to prove that you have what it takes to reach the main event. Casters, over to you for GAM versus G2.
Thank you so much, Lord. Thank you so much, Analyst Desk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for what is now guaranteed to be the final game of the play-in stage for MSI 2025. G2 started strong, then GAM fought back just as powerfully. We're now going to Game 5. For one of these teams, it's a ticket to the main stage. For the other, it's a long plane ride home.
And GAM have been just riding this momentum. I mean, in LCP playoffs, they had to play best of 5 after best of 5 after best of 5. They upset Talon, and now here, can they ride this?
Are you going to be
full
playing
reverse
while watching?
Sweep over G2. This would be so huge. You can see TK in the audience there. He was getting incredibly hyped up with all the fans representing G2 though. Push to the brink. They need to lock it down. Europe has been looking at them this tournament very critically, hyper critically, and now is the time.
All right, let's take a look at our bans, because all of these are the usual suspects throughout this series so far. Nocturne, Gwen, Rumble remain banned by G2 every game. The Nocturne and the Rumble every single time in that first 3. Over on the other side, Maokai, Azir, and the Hans Sama trademark Draven are the targets for GAM. G2 has first pick on blue side. They will lock in the Annie for Caps.
Okay, so AD jungles to pair with the Annie do get kind of thin when you get to game number 5. We still have like Viego, Jarvan options. The Zed that was kind of hovered before, an option. Maybe you want to do a Tarzan cosplay. We'll see what they end up going for there on the side of G2. Meanwhile, GAM's response to the Annie outrange here. Orianna in mid lane, and the insta Vi follow up here. So we've got Vi combo with Shockwave delivery here.
Remember, last game in the second half of the bans, the Orianna was removed, I believe, by G2.
Yeah, makes it through this time around. Answered very quickly there. The 1-2 from GAM. All right, what's it going to be, Scumont? That was one of the ones we were talking about that is still left up. That is a potent duo. Levi himself used it this tournament.
Yep. You go in.
Big kill pressure, big burst.
Yeah. Annie bursts down the initial target, Viego possesses, all of a sudden you're off to the races. They're also going to go ahead, complete the top side here for G2, locking in the blind K'Sante for Broken Blade. What will be the answer here from GAM to deal with that? What does Kiaya have now that the pools are so worn down? This could be one that I wouldn't be surprised, and there it is, the lock on the Aatrox for Kiaya.
Yeah, this is nerfed K'Sante and buffed Aatrox. The extra healing here for Aatrox. We'll see about this top lane matchup. But looks like they're making some very similar choices.
Si Ludwig naglilid.
Here for Aatrox. We'll see about this top lane matchup.
Nanonood? Ako nanonood.
In the first set, it's the Blitzcrank of Labrov here in the second half of the ban phase, as Renata will be the ban from the side of G2. both sides, having drafted both their solo lanes and their junglers, it's all about the bottom lanes here in the second half of the draft, and it's about supports for the first ban for both sides.
And Kalista is still up, so they ban away the Renata. Thinking about some of the optional pairings for them here.
I like the Ezreal ban from Gam. That champion
Okay,
can be
time
very
to learn.
effective against Vi in particular. You lock onto him, he arcane shifts, all of a sudden you're somewhere you really don't want to be.
Yeah, it's too safe, too safe. Can't have that.
Ano?
Can't have that going over to G2.
Now, what is G2's final ban going to be here? I mean, when you look at Marksman, we're really deep now, Kobe. We've got the ban on Draven and Ezreal. We've got 8 champions already removed through Fearless. Bard is your final ban now.
Sivir 2 with the move speed is still available, still an option.
Okay.
You can always go for Jinx if you want to scale for team fight. And Jinx does work really well with burst combos like Viego Annie to try and get that excited passive going.
Right.
So that could be an option for G2.
Gam thinking about this. They will have the last pick of the draft. I would assume that will go to their support.
There's that
Kalista.
That's the Kalista we were looking for with the Renata ban. They don't care the
Dalawang
Renata is banned.
magkasunod na panalo nga pala yung kagabi, no?
Something for some lane dominance here, some engage.
Also feels better to play Kalista when Caitlyn is
Gugulat
banned
nga
as one
ako
of the
eh.
potential options, but Ashe is one of those champions that's still available. Ashe is something that we see a lot of teams pick into Kalista with the slows. It's still available right now, but so is that Smolder, so is Senna, and that'll be the answer from it's Senna Tom for G2.
Ooh, the safety of the Tom Kench here to complement the Senna. One of our classic combinations. When you see the Vi coming towards you, they're gonna have some options now. All right, what's it gonna be? Oh man, they're offering some aggressive stuff.
That would be a full send if that was support Elise. Now let's see. Seraphine, final pick.
I kind of wanted to see the Pyke because you want to like execute past the Tom Kench shield, past the gray health, but they go with the power of the Senna. Very strong here for lane with the poke damage, and does get to be very useful for team fights later on when you need some extra shields to deal with some burst damage. If the Annie Viego is getting to be too much, maybe that extra breakpoint, you know, shields from Seraphine, shields from the Orianna, of course self shields from Vi as well, but oh man, we're building into it. Honestly, Flowers, I think this draft to me looks pretty close.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I was going to ask you my question.
Game number 5, I know.
I've asked it every game.
It's going to come down to play. It's going to come down to execution. Caps here on the Annie, he has been so critical. If you remember all the way back to the first 2 games for G2, Caps pivotal, and now on Annie here, such a playmaking champion, so many burst possibilities.
Especially, again, with that combination with Viego. Viego needs to be able to reset. So much of the character's power is budgeted into the ability to reset. If he just goes in, can't find that first one, life is tough. He'll be relying on Caps to set that up and allow him to pop off.
And honestly, I think I might be even leaning more towards the Gam side of the draft now, Flowers. With how Artemis played last time around, them having the Kalista plus the Seraphine down here, that is going to be guaranteed priority for Gam. I want to see how it plays out down here, because G2, once again, they're going to rely a lot on Caps plus Humont here. Senna has to scale up, and she scales slower than she previously did with the nerf to the Soul Generation.
Okay, grasp on both top laners for the early laning power. Airy for the Seraphine, Summoner Spellbook for the Tom, playing for that extra utility as the game goes forward. Everything else pretty standard stuff. Some cautious checking of the brushes here at level 1. And here we have on the screen time spent in a major deficit for Gam. Half the time they were in a major deficit versus BLG, but in this series and versus Furia, 14% shakes out to roughly 1/7 of the time for Gam.
Total of 6.
6/7 of the time, they're either close or they're ahead.
I'm just impressed how quick they got that Photoshop of the kiss up
here
ready for the graphic.
That was pretty slick.
Because that's how this series started. But we'll see how it ends very shortly here. All right, Artemis and Elio. Just stars in the previous game.
Yeah.
Massive carries, massive honors to both of them.
I mean, remember how it started off? Skewmon was the one pathing bottom very early
Yeah, they
to
showed
try
up
to
2v3.
gank. And then they just turn it around. They kill Labrov and they go right back to pressuring and farming. Back here in mid lane, Annie and Orianna, two very traditional mage champions to go head to head here. Tri-lane Cam gonna give us a look at a little bit of everything, with mid lane being the one trading the most heavily here early on, obviously. At level 1, auto attacks compromise a lot of your damage, and Orianna's Clockwork Windup gives her a distinct advantage in those trades compared to a lot of other champions. Cap's doing a good job there. They're using the stun to guarantee the Electrocute proc.
I think there should be a lot of early Caps plus Skewmon's combinations because, yeah, and, oh, he's coming already, level 3 here. 3 camps into the combination. They want to at least get the flash. Can Caps, did he get a stun? How many charges?
He's charging it up. Yeah, I can't see the buff counter thing. All right, Eris just
Well,
continuing.
he's got it under his head there, 3.
Okay, he's staying very far back. Oh yeah, it's under the health bar now. I'm stupid. I'm living in 2009. Man. I'm a dummy. Caps finds some quick damage there, but again, about the same amount of health for both mid laners, and Eris is going to play so cautiously. So Skewmon's time spent hovering around this mid lane puts him about 1 camp behind Levi or so. TP right back.
Smell the
Base
beat.
of Caps from Eris. Levi not going to be shadowing this one, just instead taking his own blue buff. Eris honestly losing a ton of HP on this teleport return. He returns to lane, and now he's back to the same amount of HP that he was at when he recalled home. Bit of a mistake there from Eris early on, trying to maybe put some pressure onto Caps, but that many minions at level 3, those hurt.
Yep, minions definitely hurt early on into the game, especially a full wave of them. Caps now teleporting back with his purchase, and he's got his boots.
Okay.
Big here for the Annie. Try and make some of these roaming plays. On the rise, he was able to get his own leads in mid and then transfer it to the rest of the team.
So both mid laners are thinking about the potential jungle fight for the topside Crab, but it looks like Skewmon's just going to get control over it himself instead. Top lane control does go over to Kiaya on the Aatrox here early. Levi's going to go ahead and take his first recall. Bottom side, Labrov and Hans taking some big damage from those Seraphine high notes.
So we got some numbers to back up what you saw with your very own eyes in the previous game.
All right.
1,252 damage per minute for the Caitlyn. I believe it was just over 40K for the entire game.
40% of the team's damage.
And it wasn't just how much he was doing. They kept down the Kai'Sa so heavily.
Yeah.
Barely got anything in that with the AD Kai'Sa.
Eris and Caps just continuing to trade back and forth so frequently. Caps constantly priming these stuns, trying to get those quick electrocute trades on the Eris.
Eris trying to space him on the Orianna. Get those chunks, keep him out of range. Use the slows, even with the move speed of the boots.
And that's really what it's all about with this matchup, right? Orianna does have the superior range, but it's pretty close. If you step just a little bit too far forward and Caps gets off the stun, he's gonna win those trades.
Right, Levi's hovering so much. They know this is really the only area that G2 want to play early. And so he's hovering so much to make sure that nothing goes too heavily wrong. But Caps, once again, generates his own CS lead with the threat.
Plus 10, huge. Eris once again taking a recall. As now it'll be Elio and Artemis.
God damn it.
Moving towards the mid lane, towards this
Listen, listen, boy.
Right, coming around, flash, vault breaker. Seraphine trying to follow. Levi
look
taking
at
a
that.
ton of damage there.
Allah.
Cam hoping to find Caps unawares, but it does not work.
Yeah,
Mabuhay
Artemis
pa
also
siya.
used his flash to go for the Q snipe to finish off that kill. So Caps survives. He evades all of it. That is
God damn it.
4 flashes down now for the side.
Pag-aralan ko kaya
Cam.
ito.
Big value for Caps here, surviving the attempted play.
Yeah, massive 3
I remember
flashes
back
to
in
not
my
get
day.
anything with a Caps flash in return. That
Yung
is a huge
OP pa yung
positive
Aatrox.
for G2.
Ah.
6 minutes into the game. Gam thought they might be able to catch him by
Oo,
surprise,
OP pa rin siya ngayon, but you
Caps
need to
is ready
learn the
for it.
mechanics na.
Levi now just
Dati
trying
kasi,
to
puta,
go back to, oh my!
bang, 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 bang.
Labrov
Ganun
just
ka lang eh,
stole it away with the
dire-diretso ka
lick.
lang eh.
Spellbook here, Tom Kench having some
Ano
fun.
yun eh, run it down Aatrox eh. Ngayon, mechanics Aatrox eh.
And so deep wards here as well. So not
Teka,
only just
yung
fun,
ult is
frog
almost
on
the
frog,
same. Yung ult ata,
but,
nagiging
also the
halimaw,
deep wards.
tapos nagre-revive
Need to have
ka.
full vision over this bottom
If I
side.
remember right
Skumond getting to secure himself that first Drake for G2 as well. Lebrov jumps in
Wait
there,
lang.
goes for an Abyssal
Easy
dive, but
search
gets
ko
rooted
naman.
up. Artemis has to be careful jumping that far in. They're still in a 2v3 here. Lebrov has thick skin primed
Ay,
and
parang
ready to
wait.
pop, but instead just going to allow it to use the regeneration instead. Checking back up in on the top lane here. It is a very slight farm lead for Kiaya, but not a ton. Again, this is, I feel like, kind of the goal for Broken Blade. As long as you keep it close, hey, you're doing fine. This is the big piece on the chessboard for GAM, and being able to answer him and just stay close, stay competitive, that's solid.
Yeah, and Kiaya here, as Aatrox with a Seraphine on
Where's
your
the
team, with an
passing?
Orianna on your team as well, that can really enable you in some of the team fights later. Definitely has huge potential for later on once they do get to those skirmishes and team fight phases.
Back in mid. Caps continuing to build those farm leads, as Caps does. Artemis and Elio having a much more normal lane phase here in Game 5 compared to the absolute domination of Game number 4. Levi with level 6 though, coming down bottom lane. He's going to walk right over top of a control ward, so G2 is going to be very aware of what GAM might have been thinking about. Levi will clear that out, move back into the jungle. You can see the blue buff for GAM about to respawn. Similar story for the red on the side of G2, but Skumond, honestly, having a really solid early game here on the Viego too. He's still staying ahead of Levi in terms of tempo with his farm. He's also
Ayun,
going to
it's in
fully
the
clear
passive
both
nga.
the grubs, and remember that he already
Upon
got the first
reviving,
Drake.
Aatrox
He's
instantly
afforded a
recovers
lot of freedom
100% of.
because GAM have been
Gladwell,
so
Aatrox's
focused and worried about
revive is
mid lane.
then put on a
Because they have to
cooldown.
deal with mid lane, everyone on GAM so worried about Caps. They're
Ano,
spending so many
180
resources from GAM
180
towards that
yung
mid lane, and they were
initial level.
unable to actually get the kill
ano,
onto Caps.
tawag doon?
And
Cooldown.
so it has afforded Skumond a lot of freedom there to grab objectives for the team
Yung ult niya is
and
similar
to keep
to
his
the
focus
current.
on the farming.
Oo.
And just like leaving it in
Meron
your
nga
mind,
pala siyang
leaving it
ano, long
threatening.
range
Oh, maybe I'm
dati.
camping mid, but
Yung poke,
not
yung
since
dalawang
super early
lines.
minutes.
Right, Elio's
I
gonna pass
missed
through
that.
here. Seraphine ulti
Oh,
also
shit.
very, very powerful in one of these fights. You know, if you have Tom Kench, if you have Viego and Cassante all going in this big melee ball, Annie's also a pretty short-range
Teka,
mage.
ano ba
A
yung
big
Q?
Seraphine ulti into a
I
big
saw
Orianna
the
ulti.
description.
Could be
nakalimutan ko
a
yung
massive wombo combo. Kiaya, nice sidestep there from the third and Tofo strike, making sure he doesn't get
I'm
knocked
trying
back
to-
into the turret. The Cassante special that we've seen so many times. You get knocked
Ito na yung
back,
short
you
break
get
ko, and then back to
path-makered,
work
you get
agad.
all outed, all of a
Oh
sudden
my
you're
god,
underneath the
welcome
turret
to
with
the
no
League
way
of
out.
Legends
Kiaya
Champion
won't
Spotlight.
be caught by that trap, but Skumond coming in mid lane here finds a nice stun on Ares. There's the follow-up from Caps. Shockwave isn't going to do a whole lot. It's first blood over to Skumond.
And there were just seconds left on the flash timer.
kamiss.
Skumond chooses his moment
kamiss.
wisely. Finally goes for that
They
play
massacred
we're looking
two
for.
of my
The
boys.
collaboration
Well, not really.
with
They
Viego.
updated
Just
them.
seconds before Ares is able
Si
to
Graves
get his
pati yung
flashback. They
si
get the
Graves
kill.
pati si
And I misspoke. That was Caps taking the credit for the kill. This is the guy that GAM committed
Naalala
3
ko talaga
flashes to
yung
try to set
unang,
behind.
ano,
Now he's
Graves.
ahead anyway.
Tas una kong
G2
nakilala
about a
si
1,000 gold
Geno.
lead now, with the vast majority of that being on Caps himself. This is
Oo,
exactly
yung
where they
tumatalon.
want to be in the early game. You've got the first set of grubs. You've got the
Tapos sa
first Drake.
center, may
You've got the
knock
first
up.
kill, and it's on Caps Annie. And
Oh my
he's up on
God,
those 3
I
waves of
missed
farm
that.
again.
Mid lane.
Ganda ng
Such
engage.
a huge focus. But here it is once again.
Ult ka,
Skumond goes for
tapos
the flash.
pasok, tapos may passive ka.
Able to get the full
engaging.
combo. And again, look at that flash timer. Just the slivers were still ticking up. Timed it so well. Since they both used theirs.
First blood.
Oh, but now we got a problem up in the top side for Kiaya. Skumond once again trying to make the difference. Kiaya misses the Q2, goes in for the Q3 onto the Viego. Continues trying to make a little bit of extra distance, but the third and Tofo strike's gonna find him this time. Broken Blade gets a kill. Both G2 solo laners on the board.
Skumond is activated here. Viego getting in the action and getting those kills for his solo laners. Broken Blade cashes in even more.
We
The
need more
timing of
Beanie.
it, they get to push the wave. 2 turret plates on top of a kill. So much influx of gold here for G2.
Yeah.
G2
Boy.
in the early game, in game number 5.
Can you play it again,
Backs
though?
against the wall,
I'm gonna make it louder so
knowing
that my
if
sister
they
can hear
lose
now.
this one, they're out in the play-ins for Europe's most accomplished team of all time. That is just not hitting the standard,
actually-
and they're throwing it all here in game 5 into the mix to make sure that
Oh
game
yeah, the
doesn't take
Shangini
that
Shaka
spot from them.
poison here it wasn't
Have
there.
refocused.
I was gonna play it now.
And they continue though.
What's the next song?
They do have a new dragon up and Gam positioning here for the fight.
Skewmon already with the Trinity Force, has been the facilitator of both kills thus far. Gam, they'll use the smite to secure the Scuttle Crab, but they've got to respect Caps. The Annie with the flash and the Tibbers can spell disaster very easily. Kiaya trying to get away from Broken Blade. He's already got the Iceborne Gauntlet completed. Kiaya still has components. He does not want to fight this. The turret already shot him another time. Kiaya with the flash away. The Dawning Shadow doesn't find the mark. Kiaya gets away, but at the same time, G2 claims their second Drake this game. That is 3 neutral objectives for G2. They're at 2 kills. If they get 1 more kill, they'll secure the boots as well.
Yeah.
I can smell the
All
longa.
things really going for G2. Of course, since Levi used his smite to go for that crab, they knew they were going to get that dragon afterwards. And Levi, after covering this side, trying to put a stop to Broken Blade's push here. And all this extra gold coming through.
Yeah, Kiaya back up into position here on the Aatrox. Still just the difference between having an item and not. Broken Blade just feeling so much more powerful than this Aatrox. Goes all out, provides himself an exit route here as now the World Ender is popped. Broken Blade trying to use the Pathmaker, but that means the Vi ulti has the opportunity to go back in. But Skewmon's also here. Broken Blade with another shield. Gam finds the first kill, but now Kiaya's got to make sure he doesn't fall. Skewmon with the defensive ulti back over the wall to escape. Gam get
Shall
their
go to the
first
lead.
kill of the game, punishing Broken Blade.
Exactly what you were talking about, Flowers. He wanted to use his item advantage for the 1v1, but it was not a 1v1. Levi had just been on that top side, and so he doesn't respect it, but now
Eris, immediate flash over the wall as Labrov with a nice abyssal dive forces the summoner spell out of the otherwise immobile mid laner of Gam. But this whole time, because Labrov and Hans were rotated up to the top side of the map towards all this scrapping, it meant that Artemis and Elio could get the bottom lane turret first. That's going to give them first turret credit. So now we're in a contest for those boots. It's 2 kills for Gam or 1 kill for G2 to earn them, as Hans Sama is at least going to retake the gold lead, taking down the tier 1 turret and top side.
yeah, G2 there, they were looking for a big topside play because they just got a bunch of completed items too. The Malignant's also done for Caps, so they're trying to find some picks for themselves over through the jungle. So they overload up top side of the map, forcing that turret. But here's another look at it. Broken Blade had gone for the ulti, but of course Levi, who had just cleared on the top minions, had gone over to Krugs. He's the first jungler to arrive, so they get the extra time. And despite the item completed there from Broken Blade, the kill is completed for Gam.
Whenever we come back from those replays, I always have to just like take a deep breath because I never know if the teams are instantly going to be fighting. We've seen such aggressive plays from both teams so far in this series, and now it's G2 with the Rift Herald having only just spawned with control over the topside river. Skewmon and Caps going after the objective. Elio and Artemis stepping up here towards Hans and Labrov, but this Tahm Kench is such a great denial pick against Vi.
Yeah, and because they had rotated their duo over early and sacrificed their bottom lane, they have a lot of those deep wards laying behind too to try and see where Gam were moving up, but not going to result in anything further than the Rift Herald. They accrue the objective as well.
All right, where do we go from here, Mr. Kobe? Because G2 still have a lead in pretty much every direction.
I would say Rift Herald towards mid tower.
Okay.
It's not quite going to get it right now, but using that thing. It already is fairly low.
Brav gets rooted up there by the Seraphine, forced to flash out. Now they're ready to follow it, but that's a Seraphine ulti. They're throwing the whole kitchen sink at Tahm Kench. He gets away with an Abyssal Dive. A little bit more damage is still required. Levi still going in. Finally, Artemis secures the kill. Gam spent a lot, but they got what they paid for.
Yeah, Labrov going into dangerous waters there to try and get more replaced vision up in the jungle. But Gam just snaps shut. They're not going to let that go through. They're not going to let that fly. Seraphine ult, Vi ult, well used there to take down
Venus
Labrov.
flytrap. Not going to let that frog in there.
Nope.
Kiaya, he gets to farm this big wave. That's good. Picking up a little bit of extra money, trying to continue building that lead, make sure that he's a side lane threat. This is the guy. This is the win condition in so many Gam games. He drops the Aatrox in game number 5. We know that this is a character that can 1v9 if he gets fed, and I'm pretty sure Gam wants him to be able to do that.
And there is going to be tons of healing on this team, since they do have the double Sundered Skies, plus Aatrox himself, plus Blade of Ruin King for Kalista, plus the Seraphine on their team. Seraphine plus Orianna shields, so lots of synergistic team fighting for them. On the other side, of course, Hanstama here, stacking up the Senna.
Yung mekanikim.
Slower now than previously, but also going to add the enchanting to his team. And they do that Rift-Tailed play.
Yung bagay sa akin.
Even if it was delayed by Labrov going down for the vision, they still pull it off. They still get their goal.
Yung increase health, tapos
down to the
damage
turret.
increase based on health.
Nice drifting from Skewmon there, crashing the Herald into the tier 1 turret in the bottom lane to guarantee they get that one as well. G2 with a slight gold lead. Gam's not going to let him just take this third Drake of the game though. Gam ready to move up and try to fight. They've caught Caps.
Overlord's
He's in some
Blood
danger, but the
Main.
Blast Cone gets him away. G2 mid laner at half HP. Dragon resetting and losing patience. G2 still with control over the bot side river. Keep your eyes on Caps. Gam trying to move up, apply a little bit of pressure. The Dragon down to half. Attacking Gam now, putting a little bit of damage into the health bars. Broken Blade's got a lot of spears in his back. Chunk down to half himself. But remember, if he goes all out, he can still try to regenerate a lot of HP. G2 decides against it. They don't want to potentially throw the lead here. They give the Mountain Drake over. Seraphine ulti into the Tri-Brush only finds Broken Blade as he path makes out. Dust settles, nobody dead.
But Gam have an easy route towards mid. So even though the Rift Herald was used to take down their mid tower, not only do they get the objective by forcing them out, they also can turn it into some gold as well.
Gam about to tie this game up. It is 3 turrets to 3, 2 Drakes to 1, still 2 kills to 2. The next kill determines the boots. It's a battle for the boots.
Battle for the boots. And their team fight is looking good for Gam. Very scary for G2 to go into, especially since Caps no flash. Gam, they put their sights on him, even though they didn't get the kill onto the Annie. Getting the flash down, taking away the key summoner spell for the key player on G2.
Also, a critical key item about to be completed here in the mid lane for Gam. Eris nearly has the fully charged Seraph's Embrace, needs to cast another spell or two, and then that extra shield could very well be the difference between a full burst combo and a Viego reset, or barely staying alive, hanging on for that shield battery in the Seraphine to keep you alive and keep the fight going. Once that completes, obviously he's going to be feeling more comfortable as Kiaya and Broken Blade are set up here in the bottom lane. Kiaya with his Sundered Sky, now feeling a lot better about that 1v1 against the Iceborne Gauntlet of the Cassante, of Broken Blade. Otacon spawning, as you can see in the bottom right part of your screen. He is in the top side of the map this game. Man, it's a 100 gold difference. It doesn't even matter. Both these teams ready to go. Nice interrupt there on the Q3. Broken Blade not going to allow Kiaya to get that big source of damage. Levi just jumps over the wall here with a ball breaker immediately, but it's only Labrov waiting on him. Now it might be trouble for Gam. Levi has to try to retreat back over the wall now as Artemis also does the same. Caps rotates down as Gam disengages. Levi does not have a fearful bone in his body.
Yes, he does not. He is all in all the time, constantly looking for plays, playing with fire sometimes.
Yeah,
but
they got a little hot back there.
They're able to escape.
Kiaya using the Q3 that time, finds it onto Broken Blade. Pathmaker does not interrupt, but Skumon, he's so strong on this Viego. He's soloing down the Otacon for a little while. It's down to 30% HP when Caps moves up to help him. G2 easily secure this Otacon for themselves. And Kobe, although the gold is as close as it is, now if we look at the total amount of flower petals claimed by G2, 27 versus 1. That is a massive amount of adaptive force that G2 has that's just very subtle.
Plus, you see the level leads for a lot of the members on the team right now, and Caps finishing the magic penetration here. Void Staff plus Malignance for the Annie. Splash is still on cooldown, so still doesn't have the big playmaking, but yeah, GAM make the call. Just keep on farming for themselves. They want to get to their big synergy 5-on-5 fight. Make use of all their shields and healing.
I feel like this is by far the slowest game we have had today. Both teams know what's on the line. The fact that we had Otacon claimed before the Empowered Boots. That is how few kills are in this game, as neither side wants to make that fatal mistake that doesn't just end the game, that doesn't just end the series, that ends their run at MSI. Still the 3 grubs for G2, gives them that extra pushing power. Again, we go back to the first 2 games that G2 won. It was a macro diff. It was GAM constantly taking bad trades, a turret for a turret plus a kill, something similar. And if G2 even takes even trades this time around, they will have so much more pushing power. You can see here the gold graph throughout the game. The highest gold difference was about plus 1,000 for G2 back around 12 minutes into the game. We're 10 minutes later now, and it's still on a knife's edge.
Just got alerted from stats. The G2 pedal advantage currently around 500 gold worth of stats.
Is that per player or is that for the whole team?
If you converted them. They said it was for the team.
Okay. Broken Blade about to walk right into the waiting arms of GAM, but now he's ready to go all out. It doesn't work though. A nice buffer from Levi to get away from it. Seraphine ulti hits 2, but they're putting all the damage into LeBron. The Tom This bot side river now. Kiaya could be in a little bit of danger, dodges away from the center route. Now Broken Blade taking some damage. Important update, it is also 500 gold per player with those flowers. It's about a 3,000 gold lead in effective stats for G2.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of power.
That is much more flower power. Okay, so Hansama had just run out of mana though, so G2 running out of a little bit of steam there. No mana left on him, has to retreat. Okay. Should be the objective win there for GAM then.
Yeah, and the timer favors GAM here as well. 24 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock means that there's no chance for G2 to try to trade something across the map there in the Baron Pit. Still not spawned yet. Otacon obviously already taken. Now, 2 Drakes to 2, 2 kills to 2, 3 turrets to 3. Everything is so close except for those flower petals. Again, it's about a 2,500 gold total team value in adaptive force for G2 through those. Second items completed in a lot of different spots now. You already mentioned the Void Staff for Caps. We have Leandries for Eris. Unending Despair on Broken Blade. Shojin on Kiaya.
Put some words on River.
With the Otacon, it's not just this flower power, but the actually on-kill effect. When you're running the Annie Viego burst that's looking to try and grab one of those kills really quickly, that extra slow, that extra damage,
Shojin,
if they can actually burst the target down,
Sundered Sky na yung
could be super meaningful to their team fight.
Shojin.
Yeah, it's just to spam the ano. It's to
so
spam
much tension building here during all of these lulls. When they're going back, trying to farm. The only big objective up on the map is Baron.
Reduction and
it's
damage.
not something you start lightly.
Maganda ba
trying
yun
to
as
clear out
early
some of the
item or
vision.
okay lang na medyo...
It's like watching a really dramatic
Initially.
3-hour movie. You've got to spend the first
Edi
2
yun na lang
hours with
yung
the
after ng
exposition. Now
Overlord
Hansama
kasi.
getting caught
Pwede,
out.
pwede.
No Tom Kench nearby. Hans has to
Oy!
flash to get away
Huli
from it.
Viego!
Charma to Skumon.
Ay,
There's the
kaso si
save.
Lebron.
keeps his jungler alive with the dawning shadow over the top. And Levi is
Oh my
reinforcing
God,
the sheer
are they
Broken
caught?
Blade wants to make
Nice.
his
Oh,
entrance.
nice
Gonna go
flash.
out. Kiaya flashing
Oh,
away
look
as
at that.
well. Another fight, another
So safe.
multi-ulti from
It's
both
so
teams,
safe.
and nobody's dead.
That right there
Kasi
is an
now
example
they
of
can
how
dive
Gam had no
down.
fear. They full sent there. Eris had no
Pero
teleport.
nakatakas
Caps
lahat.
did have
Oh.
teleport.
On
That
both
was
for both
dangerous.
teams.
Yeah.
They saw a target that they wanted. They saw Hansama. They got the flash out of that Senna.
But now,
See if it's worth.
exactly, they did spend the Kalista ult, the Seraphine ult, the Vi ult, and G2 are going to use the opportunity to take the tier 2
Okay,
turret
tier
here in the bottom
2,
lane. The
Gun,
play
vote
ultimately
for
favors
Gun.
G2. Yes, it cost
shit.
Hans ult, it cost the Tom
Running
Kench
down
ulti,
mid.
it cost Hans flash, but that's
Di-
resources in
walang-
G2's pocket now that they
You
will
see
be able
them
to spend.
wards, you see them
1.5
wards
thousand
on them
gold lead
jungle.
there on the
They got
scoreboard.
no
There's a
control
control
over
ward
their
to the
own
Baron pit
jungle.
from Gam.
I don't
But
know
what
why.
can they
Even
get?
naman yung
Skumon
gold
gonna
lead.
step up here through
Is
the heroic
ano?
path,
Is
but
Elio
Gam are
just
not going to give
afraid
him
to
an
walk
opportunity
up?
to find anything.
I guess he is. Hey Maya, am I late? No, you're not. It's just like 28 minutes in the game 5.
Huge fight to determine the game. So many critical factors here. Can they actually make use of the flash that they
They
blew
can't
on
sneak
Hansama?
Baron. They have like a
That
mega
champion is
omega
hard
control
to
than
pick
Baron.
off, especially if the Tom Kench
Gam
is
has
hovering.
omega
If the
control
ball
on top side.
is close by.
Massive
Now,
control on
important to
top
note,
side.
there
They
is
don't have
grievous
control
wounds
on the
on
bot
2
side.
champions on the side of G2. However, it is not proactive grievous wounds, it is only reactive grievous wounds. Both are bramble vests. If those champions are not being attacked, it does not matter. Hansama, though, does have executioners to try to apply that
Levi
debuff.
cut.
Levi, ball breaker over the wall, trying to stay safe as
my
G2
God.
invades the jungle of Gam. And it feels like G2 are fully in the driver's seat right now. They're the ones looking for opportunities. They're the ones trying to catch Gam.
Yeah, and they're the ones
Why,
with the Senna
though? Why?
constantly stacking here. You can
Or-
definitely see the
because
effects
they
though of the
made a
nerf not
misplay
stacking quite as fast for
Display
sure.
on mid.
Only 76 stacks there for Hansama, but will continue to accrue that range, that power
Gam, do
here.
some magic.
To add
Come on,
more
Gam.
options to their play later on. Caps, of course, in the side lane once again. And
What is the latest that boots have been claimed in a professional game?
I feel like we're getting there. I
It's-
feel like we are there, baby.
It's 28 and a half minutes. No one has empowered boots yet in the game.
And because they split dragons 2-2, this next one isn't even the critical dragon. So if they feel like they have a bad approach, a bad angle to the fight,
You don't have to go.
exactly, they don't have to go. They don't have to full send on this one. So we could be in
Is
for a lot
Aatrox
more
just
lulls.
waiting for Sterox?
Skumon going to
I
step
get-
up
I-
again.
I
The harrowing
think
path allowing
when
him to approach
Aatrox
close
got
enough to
Sterox,
see what Gam is doing without putting
They
himself in
gonna full
mortal
send.
danger.
Tignan yung build path ng
Death
Bai.
ball for both teams here in
It's
mid
like
lane.
Bai doesn't
The pressure
even
is
go
just
to
so big. An
Cleaver. He
elimination
goes
match here on the
Recta,
international stage.
Sterox.
You don't want to be the one to make the critical mistake, but you also have to have that killer
Bro.
instinct if an opportunity
They just want the full
exposes
send.
itself to pull
Look at
the
that
trigger,
Sterox.
to go for the
Sundered
kill.
Sky to Sterox. They want
Oriana
to play.
shield
They
on
want to
here.
Levi.
play.
Okay.
Okay,
Missile
caught.
dive from LeBron.
Okay, he's get. Oh my God, Kiaya's gone. G2.
Feet of warfare for G2. Kiaya down. Gam with a
Oh
retreat.
my God.
A nice knockback onto Elio, but Broken Blade has gone very far forward. He uses the Pathmaker to
They're
get
gonna
himself
go for
back
Baron.
up. That is a
G2.
massive pick from
Oh
G2
my God,
Esports.
wala pang
Caps
ano.
does it. They
Wala
go
pang
for the
Sterox
burst.
yung
They get the kill.
Aatrox.
The Aatrox is
Nag-go
down.
sila.
G2 will get dragon number 3.
It's all point.
All right, there it is. And I just got updated. That is the second longest timer to claim the Blessing of Noxus, which is the boots, across all Tier 1 regions in Split
Oh,
2.
is this a fight?
The longest one was 31 minutes, but we don't have time for that. Cass
this
has
a
been
fight?
caught out.
We're
Levi
fighting.
goes in for
We're
him.
fighting.
But LeBron's got the save. Tom Kench against Vi. He's made for
Oh
this.
my God.
Beautiful counter from
Oh
G2.
my God, G2
and the
wins.
game is blown wide open.
Game is
Hansama
open.
with a kill. Caps with another.
Baron.
And G2
Oh my God,
are
it's
about to
over,
take the
right?
Baron.
It's over.
Caps doing it.
Let's see Kadril's
G2,
reaction.
they're going to get the Baron. That will put it
Hydra's reaction.
G2, they're gonna get the Baron.
Okay.
Will put
Idris
an
happy.
end
Fuck
to the
save.
stalemate.
Okay, Idris
That might be
happy.
game. That might be game. Absolutely saved.
No,
Cap saves it. Kill on the Aatrox, and then here Cap saves it again.
Stared each other down,
Okay,
and
okay.
when push came to shove, who steps
Okay,
up?
okay. G2, guys. G2 sealed the
G2
deal.
wearing purple
G2
now.
sealed the deal.
Holy
Lots
fuck,
of
Cap just
extra
carried
standing
so
goals,
hard this
secondary
series.
towers in mid and top side
Oh my
for
god.
them to go take. Here's another look at it. As LeBron
Bro,
started
Bill.
out as they were
If
hitting
Caps
Baron
wasn't on
and going
G2
for
and you had
Starcraft.
any other mid
And then when
in
Cats
EU,
wants
I
up,
think that
they do
this
go
series
for the
was
Vile,
fucked for
but as
G2.
you called out, LeBron is there, so they just eat Caps up. And then with teleports coming in, look
It
at
was
that
a
grouping.
flash W Tibbers as
Boom.
well.
Finds
Boom.
the full
Boom.
stun on
Boom.
3, and they just combo all of it.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
Let's get the comms.
Oh, nice, nice. Flash
Huge,
Tibas!
large, big, gargantuan. Yes.
All synonyms
Is it
for
over?
the state of the play
gold
that
lead
G2
is
just made.
5K,
the gold
right?
lead now ballooning up to 5,000. Probably closer to about 3,000 now total for the team in terms of
Oh
the
my
flower
God.
value. So 8,000 effective gold lead.
Big
and you
damage
can see
from
their damage dealt
Skewmon.
to champions in the last team fight. Kiaya did 0 because he was dead. However, 4,000 damage almost from Caps.
No Seraphine
Ooh,
ult.
and another whiff on the
Lule.
Seraphine
Lule.
ulti there from Elio. Gam has not found a lot of value.
Can they change the
out of
tide
those so far
when
this game.
a
It feels
five-man
like most of
Seraphine
Gam's
hits?
engage attempts have been on
5-man
LeBron,
Seraphine,
Tom Kench trying to
5-man
shut down
Shockwave.
that get out of jail
Can they
free
do
card,
the-
but he's
can
just
they do
so
the-
tanky.
Faker
Yeah, G2 with the
Shockwave!
Baron buff. They just get the
Find
split
them
going.
all.
They're going to get the 4-1.
Something like that.
Claiming this gold, closing in.
Oh fuck, what happened?
Nice buffer.
Nice from
Beautiful
Skewmon.
buffer.
He immediately responds.
And a
to
kill.
Heartbreaker to get away, and Ares
Right.
gonna get dove now. G2 is
Right.
tired of waiting, and
Okay,
Broken
not a kill.
Blade will create the space.
Not a kill, just play it slow, get
Pierce
minion hip.
the base of Gam as G2 will find their first inhibitor here in
There's
the top
no
lane.
way
They'll find the
G2
second
will
in
lose
mid.
now, right?
Bot wave is good,
thereafter.
bot wave
That's
is good.
2 inhibs
Oh
down.
my God,
32
triple
minutes
inhibs.
and 45 seconds into the game. Those will remain dead well past the timer.
Bot
So
wave
what'll
is
be
good. You wanna
Mountain
play on
Soul
it?
For G2.
Actually,
No,
so
they're gonna
smart
base.
for G2 to use Skewmon as the split pusher.
Not gonna play on bot
For
wave.
that exact
What
reason,
are we
'cause he
gonna do,
knows
Gam?
he is
Anong
ready
lalaroin
for the
natin?
ulti.
Saan tayo lalaro?
And
Top
the
side, bot side, or
Remember,
just we're
big,
gonna
big
play for like,
that Gam
okay, we're
had.
gonna lose.
They
Nice
know that they
force.
have
Play
to
to
use
lose?
that buy.
Play to lose, Gam? Play to lose?
Skewmon ready for
Do
it.
something!
With his own.
The Vi ulti is so telegraphed too. You see that big line from his champ to yours. As soon as he's close, you hit the Heartbreaker, you're out. Levi's
Skewmon
Vi,
4 levels up.
although he's 1-0-1, you know, he's been a part of both the kills the Gam have found. The composition from G2, the Viego for what you just said, the Tom Kench like we've seen the whole game, it is designed to shut down the playmaking potential of this
I
player who is the driver for so much of the action for Gam. And when Levi can't make it happen, when you don't have one of those dominating lane presences in the bot lane duo
There's
like
no
Game
Levi
4,
in this
Gam
game.
have felt
Levi's
stuck.
asleep.
It feels like they haven't been able to find an avenue to make a play.
Yeah, because they tried so much in mid lane. They sent a lot of resources there. Levi hovering a lot. They swapped the bottom lane to run down. They burned 3 flashes to try and kill Caps, and they couldn't do it. And G2 now,
Just don't get wombo
with
comboed.
2
and the
inhibitors
game is
already
won.
down,
Wow.
they see the game in their hands.
This might
This is
be
it.
the
Right, this is
last
it.
stand
This
of
is it.
GAM
This is it.
Esports at MSI
This is it. This is it.
2025. They will try to hold the
Oh,
line here at this
Gam,
tier 3 turret. They know
any
if they
flash?
give over triple inhibs,
Flash ult,
there's
Terra.
no way to even leave the base at
Flash
that point.
ult, flash
G2 keep the
Shockwave.
pressure on. Center
Ori.
route finds Kiaya.
Any
Soul
place.
20
turret,
guys.
About 3/5 of the HP remaining on it. 20
Any play.
seconds until the
Any
mountain drake
play.
spawns. Hans Sama with so much range. Easy to step up and take pot shots at this thing. As another wave steps up. to the
Okay,
side of
they're
Gam.
going in.
Levi
They're
wants
going
to
in.
go
They're going in.
Seraphine ulti
Okay,
at the top.
Shockwave,
They only
anytime.
find Broken Blade
Okay.
above. And now Levi
Levi's
is
out.
going on a one-way trip. Gam trying to force the fight
Nice.
forward.
That's a
but
one
Five
fight.
man standing stand, no.
That's a one fight.
Inside, Albisal dive in. Ult. No more
one
stay
fight.
Shockwave.
That's a
Goes
one
wide.
fight.
Okay, there is GG.
Kiaya and Ares both about to follow. No
That's a
red
one fight.
body drops in this one.
Yes.
Ares is
G2
gone.
wins.
Yes.
Gam
Oh my
is
God.
ace.
Yes.
And G2.
Oh my God.
They had to work for it.
Holy shit, that was close. That was way too close.
But they won't be denied. They
That was
eliminate
way
Gam
too close.
and move on to the main stage.
Holy fuck, Caps, you beautiful men. Caps had to do so much fucking work to get this across the line.
You said it, how hard they
I feel like everyone was playing a game and Caps was playing a different one.
Unbench the Kench indeed.
Difference maker.
They pull it out in game 5.
To groups G2
move
go.
on.
G2 will face Gen G in round 1.
Series.
And Koi will face
G2
BLG in round 1.
Showing their
It's
caliber
locked, it's
when
loaded.
they have to. When you've got to stand up, when your back's against the wall, when it's win
It's
or
loaded,
go
it's
home.
loaded.
G2
Oh
are
my
not ready
God.
to end their trip to MSI
Gam
just
just
yet.
lose, man.
And they have some scary
What happened?
opponents ahead
What
of them in
happened?
the main
Wow.
stage.
That was
This-
I
fucking
thought it's
close.
what time is it?
That
It's game
was way too
time.
close.
The second form,
Bro.
far tougher. Many,
What happened,
many scary
bro? What
opponents
happened?
waiting for them
G2
in
have
the
been
next
through the
phase of
gulag,
tournament.
man.
And what a battle from Gam as well.
Bro, what happened?
Taking G2.
What the fuck happened,
all
bro?
C
What the fuck
of the
happened?
LCP.
The heart on this team. These players
What the fuck happened, bro? What the fuck
show
happened?
no fear. Pushing G2 to 5 games.
What the fuck
Round of
happened, bro?
applause.
What the
Well
fuck happened?
A valiant defeat for Gam. I can only hope we
What
see
the
him
fuck
again in
happened,
future
bro?
international events. Always a pleasure to watch these guys. The way that they play so aggressively, the way that they always fully commit to the call, to the play. It's just fun League of Legends to watch. But now G2,
Press F,
we're gonna have a
Gam.
one-day break, Kobe, and then we're on to the main stage. And guess what? This is MSI 2025. It's only best of 5s.
Only best of
I like
five.
the sound of that. What a format. All best of 5s all the time. Here's a look at the damage dealt there. That's scaling Senna. The Cassante as well with a lot of the combat that they got to exchange.
The damage
A
they've
lot
done
of the Cassante
in
damage
30
is
minutes.
just him and Aatrox
Jungler's damage done
back and forth in that side
in
lane. But
30
even though
minutes.
the number looks really
Look at
low there with an 8K, I have to compliment Skewmond on this Viego. He was the one who got the first kill in mid lane, got the follow-up kill up there in top lane, was constantly using the harrowing path to scout throughout the game, and now with the dust settled, with G2
Okay.
victorious, we're joining Dracos and Broken Blade. for the
Broken
Horizon
Blade on
post
the
game.
top lane, BB. It's up,
Thank you
BB.
very much, Flowers. Vancouver, please, one more time. Give it up for Skewmond.
Skewmond.
Thank you. Brother, a heroic
Is the MVP of the
effort
game?
today. It looked like it might be that clean 3-0, but you had to bring it back. Talk to me about that Viego pick in Game 5. The confidence to not only pull it out.
Oh, fuck.
You showed. What was going through your head?
I mean, definitely it was such a long series. I don't even remember the first game, to be honest. I just know
Is
that
there any more
I
games
messed up
today?
so many early games, but I'm pretty happy that I got the confidence to just pick the Viego in the end, and I'm pretty happy with my performance in this game 5. So, yeah, I'm just like really happy with the win, and I'm so excited for what's happening next.
International Speedway.
You talked with Sheep Esports early in the tournament about progress, the time kind of growing. Talk to me about what the tournament started like for you compared to how you're playing now. Have you seen that improvement already?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm way more confident on stage right now, and I think that I'm still making some silly mistakes, but I think that as a team, when I'm seeing the evolution, when I'm watching our first best of 5 against Furia, I think that we're playing way more together, and I think that if you can keep this composure, I'm pretty confident that we can win against a lot of good teams.
Now, you're no stranger to a big stage. But this is the first time you've gone international.
Yep.
First time you played in front of an international crowd against international opponents. How has that experience been? How has it been different from what you experienced domestically?
Yeah, I mean, so far I'm just loving it. I'm just so happy that, obviously, like since we didn't win LEC, I think the best thing that could happen to us was go to the through the play-ins. And I think that since we won, I'm pretty confident that we can bring some good performances. And yeah, I mean, like so far I'm just like so happy, and I just hope that we will be able to play against the other best team in the world. Like we already played against BLG, we got stomped really hard. It's fine. I think that we took some good lessons from this best of 5. So I'm just really looking forward and hopefully play against the best teams.
Well, you are. You're playing against Gen G. If GAM had won, there would have been a flip, but with G2, there's only one possible arrangement, so you will be playing against Gen G. I was going to ask you about the junglers. This is an incredibly stacked tournament for junglers, but since we know your first opponent, talk to me about playing against Canyon, a tall task.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a dream for me to play against such a big player like Canyon, who has been consistent for
you gotta get Gap, boy. It's fucking Canyon, boy. Gotta get Gap.
Just hope that I'll be able to perform good against them, against him particularly. And yeah, I mean, I just hope that I'll be able to show that I can actually compete against the best jungler in the world.
If there's no more games, I'll queue up.
What's next? You have a little bit of time,
queue up.
A lot of things to focus on. What's the next big task for G2 so you can come in ready to face Gen G?
I mean, for now, have a bit of rest after this long series. I think we deserve it. And yeah, I mean, I just hope that we'll bring more consistency into the series, because I think that today, obviously, I don't think it should have went five games. I think we played pretty poorly in the later games, besides the game 5. So I just hope that we'll be able to bring this consistency and also like bring some creativity in the picks. My Nunu I didn't win with the Nunu. I'm pretty sad, but maybe I can pick it into Gen G next week. So I'm looking forward for this.
Let's get that Nunu pick.
Sounds like Vancouver wants to see you pick the Nunu into Gen G, so there might be a bit of peer pressure when we get to that series.
I'm ready.
Skewmon, thank you so much. Congrats again on making it a play-ins. Vancouver, please, one more time for Skewmon and G2.
Shit.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Are there any more games?
Wow, I cannot believe that they made it in the end. I'm just thinking about all the European fans who stayed up for this. They are rewarded. All of you guys waking up right now to the good news.
T1 CF, ano ba yan? T1 agad yung kalaban natin.
It was very scary.
Roller coaster.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Especially the final game, the tension that was there, the fact that we hadn't gotten defeats for so long in that game. It was honestly, both teams were really scared, but also because there were so many stakes on the line.
I mean, it comes down to nerves in moments like this.
I mean, I do think you could really see how GAM kind of like bottled up and lost their identity a little bit in that last game. G2 were playing a bit more confident. I think they were playing towards their win conditions. They knew, hey, we have the Senna. We're farming really well. They were getting up in experience. They were doing what they needed to do. And they were dependent on the man in the mid lane, Caps, to find the picks. He's the one that finds the Aatrox to get them the feats. He's the one that finds a 3-man stun with the W in the river over by the Baron. So impressive.
The consistent leads he had this tournament, especially this game, this series, was the reason he dragged this team to be able to get the win. It really felt like that. I was given this sign yesterday by a fan about, you know, booking G2's flights home. I just in case. We don't need it anymore. We don't need it at all. Because they're now on to the next round.
Maybe in a couple of days.
Yeah, a few more days. Maybe we can take that up. Maybe we can hold on to it.
Of course, with G2 qualifying, it means that GAM's road ends here, but shout out to the team, shout out to the players, shout out to the fans also who've been cheering for them all series long. It's been a difficult series, but I'm really admirative of the showing they had here.
Hey, good. My good.
Ito, Hachi.
My good sparkling. Shit.
One more.
Grabe, the gap is real in BLG. Scheduled games. MSI 2025. So may losers bracket? O so may games pa ngayon?
Oh? Kaso parang sa ano yung pinasukan namin?
Ano?
Yung cups.
May games pa ba ngayon? May laro pa? Wala ni. May losers bracket. So, mapupunta dito ang... hindi. Kung ano matalo sa play-in stage, may losers bracket. Ay, sa playoff stage, may losers bracket. Ng round 1. Oh, so, technically, meron pa tayong pag-asa. Tayo na T1 kasi agad kalaban natin. Punyeta naman, no. Sa lahat ng mga kalaban, ba't T1 agad eh? Holy shucks. Bakit 6 minutes yung queue? Ano ba ngayon? Monday? Fuck.
Monday eh. Yung mga trabaho.
Mga trabaho. It's a good day for the unemployed.
Ay.
Ay.
Sakto ka. You just suck on J4's titties.
I suck on J4 spear. So, is the play-in pick'ems on playoffs? Wala, bawal pa rin. Panalo pick'ems ko? Panalo perfect! Tignan nyo, I predict kung pumusta ako, milyonaryo na ako ngayon. Perfect!
Perfect.
Easy! Easy! Wala akong mali. Easy. Kahit yung double elimination predict ko, oh my god. Easy.
Moving your hand like you.
Easy. Perfect 70 points. Meron na ba ang pwedeng bilhin? Rewards, saan pwede ko makuha?
Not in your head like you.
Saan kailangan kong maglaro ng teamfight tactics ang corny? Oh, there's a game. We're playing shit now. Playing the actual game now. Lock in. Ilang games lang tayo ngayon? 2 to 3 games lang?
Pwede.
2 to 3 games lang.
Just to join in on the hype of the game.
Yeah, just to ano lang. To, para hindi ako mag-relapse.
Para hindi ka mag-palpitate.
Hindi ako mag-palpitate. 3 games, 3 games.
The Jay-Z song, the song.
The Jay-Z song.
The ready set. Love Like Wow. Alam ba yun?
Auto fill, go mid.
Love Like Wow. Ang The Ready Set.
Hindi.
Pinunta ko yung ano yun eh. Concert yun eh.
Ay, fucked.
By my will, this shall
Wow.
be finished.
Like I don't. Blocking your way. Speaking my name. Can I get a break?
Okay. It's gonna be tough. And big ego players. We're gonna go all bot. Me and Diego.
I'll just finish this para ito yung naisip the other. And then this gusto ko kasi ni Will lang yung content. Bigyan natin ng content.
You got this. Fuck. Yeah, you could have good resets. They killed the cow. And you're like taking the soul of this guy. Like, I am the cow. Oh my god, my top laner is gonna get fucked.
Or should I like extend it a little?
Come on, let's go boys.
Or it's too thick. Yeah.
The Christmas boys! Get up already.
Ito na naman. Yung revert.
You got this, boys.
Let me go to the ano nga, shortcut keys. So strong.
Let's go! Lock in, boys! Lock in! 150%! Gameplay! Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Kicking me out and then kicking you in.
Lock in, lock in.
Ito pa nga, namiss ko yung kantang
Remake.
remake.
Remake. Oh my god, ganda pa naman ng
Ba yun, lock-in na lock-in ka na tapos remake?
Kaya nga eh. Ano, ay gumalaw. Remake.
Ah, yung Alistar.
Corny.
Dali! Puta, matatypo ka pa eh. Ay, gumalaw. Gumalaw na yung ano, yung Alistar.
Wala eh. Kasalanan niya yun. Hindi, matatalo din siya sa lane. Matatalo siya sa lane. Matatalo
Oo,
siya sa
late
lane.
na siya sa lane eh.
Ngayon yung ganun ka ano dito. Ganun ka competitive. Di na makukuha yung level 2 push tapos sila lang din maghihirap.
Oo. Somehow.
Ba yan? Ganadong-ganado na ako eh. Tumitibok na lahat ng kamay ko eh.
Moves on. Say my name.
My heart was already broken.
Just got love like one. Love like one. Don't make
What are we first picking?
Would you say? Would you say? Love so strong. Then you move on. Now I'm hung up in this pain. Because it could be you.
By my will, this shall be finished.
Okay. Mukhang, tangina, hirap naman ng comp nila. Hirap pumasok. Mamamatay. From afar, Vel'Koz and Wei can kill me. Mahanap pa lang ako ng angle. Oh my god. Another ceiling to break.
Feel like baby, my are undeniable. Unreliable. Giving all I got to make you stay. Roadblock in your way. On the boulevard to the next. Always shooting. Find myself insane.
Lock in, lock in.
Heart beating, honey, but never wish to make up.
Okay, kailangan kong bantayan yung pating papunta sa Lilia. It's just one and okay. Kind of weak.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
Minions have spawned.
Maybe I'm superstitious, but I think you're a big sweet bill and I just want to be there. Is the ditch?
We shall rest when we are dead.
She's got a love like whoa, whoa, whoa. She's got a love like whoa.
Oh, this guy is scary. This guy boss me. They go for it? They go for me. Both going down. Both going down. But Zed and I are both going down. Fuck.
Protect the faithful.
Fuck, man. My bot lane is getting stomped on, man.
Today is a good day to die. For my father, the king.
We're fucked. We fucked. Okay. I just word for you. The fuck?
Find me greater foes.
I'm gonna lose this cattle fight.
Topple their forces.
Great.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
I'm playing weak side. Fuck, man. You got it both as well. I'm gapped. I'm omega gapped. fast clears, man. 28, I'm gapped. Omega gapped. Fuck is Lilia? Wala yung Lilia.
Never giving up, never gonna leave.
For my father, the king. No quarter for the wicked.
Is he more efficient than clearing me?
An ally has been slain.
Today is a good day to die. Find me greater foes. Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
I'm gapped. We're just playing for the bot lane now.
We shall rest when we are dead. Purge the unjust.
Oh my god, we got it gap as well.
Topple their forces.
Enemy has been slain.
Who dares defy my will?
God, the R is real. Every lane is gap, bro. Come on, we will find an angle.
I love a challenge.
I feel like this is kinda high level. Kahit ang ano ng takbo ng game, it's like we're just perma playing bot.
For my father, the king.
Gonna play the finals later, Doc.
Hell yeah!
No, I'll delete it.
Alright.
No quarter for the wicked.
Okay, we're playing for this Lila. And
Today is a good day to die.
already with the blip. Oh, and we're playing with smart opponents. Fuck.
Righteous retribution. Protect the faithful.
I'm gonna get food, BRB.
Hey.
Have lunch, everyone. Goals,
Lunch.
keep on playing. You don't have the time to eat lunch.
Find me greater foes.
It's so bad.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Topple their forces. We shall rest when we are dead. Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
Has been slain.
Jesus Christ.
I love a challenge.
And we can't even get the fucking Drake.
Who dares defy my will?
Turret
Say it
plating
calmly.
will fall soon.
Now he has red buff.
No quarter for the wicked.
Oh my god. Oh my god, FF. God, top gap is real.
Dude, graba dikla.
Uy, Pope, welcome.
Oh.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Ano problema is wala ka ng top side ah.
Kaya nga eh. Laro ako ng laro sa bot lane ko. Tangina, mamamatay din sa Warwick ko. Tangina. Tas Yumi support. Paano? Good luck na talaga sa akin dito.
Oh.
We can play shit. take something. Let's take something. Fucking hell.
Now you're ready to prowl.
We shall rest when we are dead.
Tangin na Yumi.
Purge the unjust.
Enemy double
Good
kill.
G.
A summoner has disappeared.
Guys, man. Si D-Seed. Hindi mataas ba ako sa LP ko?
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
A summoner has reconnected.
No quarter for the wicked.
Let's go.
Protect the faithful.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Oh my god, yun na lang yun. Ay, ano lang natin, makawala yung Warwick kasi walang kwenta top lane natin.
Righteous retribution.
Can't even play.
For my father, the king.
Ano ba si Chad?
Ako main.
Find me greater foes.
Up, up.
Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
True! True! Top gap! True! Ah. my God! Please, huwag niyo akong bigyan top gap, bot gap, mid gap. Kaya isang lane lang. I can work with that. Crazy. Yung nilalaruan kong bot lane kanina, stable. Tapos tangina, nung nilane swap sa top lane, pinatay ng top laner, wala din! Sayang yung funneling.
Inuyog ba?
Oo.
The joke's on you. By my will, this shall be finished.
Alright, I'm done with lunch.
Hey, welcome back,
Carl?
Oh, what's up, boy?
Sira na ulit body clock natin.
Ha?
Sira na ulit body clock natin.
Ako, ano eh. Iba.
Ayaw ko yung level. Level ko na yan.
Late matulog, maaga gumising.
Aga ko din nagising, wala din ako nagising. Kaso hindi na, tinulog ko na lang ulit. Ang sakit na ulo ko eh. Sa paligid, total camera. Dai Nikai, boy, boy.
Yeah. Kahit nga yung for the website eh.
Come on, boys.
To Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. A summoner has
Yun, DC na naman. Palagi lang may DC sa amin. DC bot, DC mid, DC top. Ano pa?
Find me greater foes.
Holy shit. Maging EP Malphite to. shit. Bruh, I'm just too good. I'm just too fucking good, bruh. Just too fucking good. Who died first? Good.
Enemy double kill.
My god. Imagine you're blowing up the map. Did they have the lead? Okay. Diyan na punta yung food.
Today is a good day to die. Protect the faithful.
Okay, same shit. Lose mid, lose top, lose bot. Na.
Find me greater foes.
Two for two. They got Drake. Okay, that's we can. I can give that. I can give that. I can give that. Chill, chill, chill. He is farming though.
Who dares defy my will?
They saw me without my red buff. If he is good.
Enemy killing spree. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Righteous retribution. No quarter for the wicked.
Ned.
Ah.
Ned. Tinaman ka sa game eh.
For my father, the king.
I think we lose.
place with repeat cycles. Brother wives, protect wives. Aura farm optional fixin naman. Buy wife repeat. They are not wrong.
Okay, I think
Like 5? I don't know. Hindi, galing sa akin yan. Hindi, you're gonna choose from one talaga. So, 3 options. Yung pinapaano sa akin. So, pagpipilian.
we ain't gonna do grubs.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
Fuck, ayun. Nagawa ng character ko.
And forever.
You're just fuck bot, right? You're just fuck bot. Now they're gonna have mid push because bot lane's gonna go mid. Lane swaps is coming. Mord's gonna be angry. Ezreal got bounty. Looking for a fight.
Protect the faithful.
Oh, they already got it. We lose.
We shall rest when we are dead.
I've got you. I'm catching enemies off guard. Tas tangina, ayaw nyo mag-perform. Guys, come on! My god. Boss lane. We fight this. Hopefully we can fight this, right?
Who dares defy my will? Topple their foot.
My god. No damage.
Enemy rampage.
Can't win with these clowns. Damn.
For my father, the king.
Enemy teams ahead. Like, good.
Protect the faithful.
Oh, ba't palagi may DC sa amin? Like Riot? Totoo ba to?
Your turret has been destroyed. A summoner has reconnected.
Still suck.
For my father, the king.
A summoner has disconnected.
By my will. Protect the faithful.
A second. Good.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh my god.
A summoner has reconnected.
Find me greater foes. No quarter for the wicked.
God.
Now and forever.
A summoner has disconnected.
Today is a good day to die.
A summoner has reconnected.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters. For my father, the king.
Turret has been destroyed.
Defy my will. We shall rest when we are
We
dead.
really want to fight? We really want to... Is this a comeback angle? Fuck. Man.
Finding greater foes.
Do we even have time to push?
Protect the faithful. Demacia, now and forever.
A summoner has disconnected.
Perfect. Just did. Are we just waiting for Zeri items? Oh, fuck.
Stand with me, brothers
GG. Simply true.